6 dark psychological tactics to be aware of. Psychology in general is the study of human behavior, our thought process, and our emotions. Sounds simple enough, right? What if I told you there was a whole other side to psychology? A dark side. Dark psychology uses cunning manipulation tactics in order to persuade, deceive, and control others and the environment around them. There are several dark psychology tactics that you run into every day, and it may go unnoticed. These tactics are designed to take advantage of your vulnerability to achieve a desired outcome. You may feel like you've been tricked into doing things you normally wouldn't do. Essentially, you become a human puppet. In this video, we will explore the science behind these dark psychology tactics and exactly how they work. We'll look into the most common ones used by people to manipulate others and what to look out for so that you'll be more aware if someone tries to use it on you. Number 1. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a manipulation tactic where the abuser makes the victim question their own sanity and their judgment. This usually comes in the form of lies and twisting words around to create a false narrative. As a result, the victim is left puzzled and wondering what's really going on. The confusion caused by gaslighting often has the victim vulnerable to being controlled because they don't know what to believe. It creates a sense that your feelings aren't valid. Gaslighting can be very subtle or obvious. It depends on the person doing the manipulating. This is a tactic widely used by people who are narcissists and only care about themselves, while the people most vulnerable are those who are insecure and have low self-esteem to begin with. Gaslighting can really create a sense of dominance in the person dishing it out, but it's no fun at all for the person on the other end. It's important to be able to recognize these signs so you know if someone is trying to gaslight you. Number 2. Emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is one of the darkest psychological tricks used by people. This tactic is used to control and exploit another person's emotions for personal gain and comes in different forms. Oftentimes, the manipulator makes the person feel guilty, sad, or ashamed in order to get them to do things they want them to do. They do this by playing the victim in certain situations as if you are the bad guy and everything is your fault. People tend to punish themselves whenever they feel guilty, and this is exactly what the manipulator is hoping for. Emotional manipulation also comes in the form of bringing up mistakes that you've made in the past. This is to make you feel like you're a screw-up and a terrible person. The victim then starts acting out of sympathy in a way where the manipulator gets exactly what they desired all along. This tactic is used mostly by narcissists and works well on people that are people pleasers and always looking for everyone's approval. Number 3. Reverse psychology. Reverse psychology is a powerful tactic to get people to do things that they don't want to do or even things that they shouldn't do. Reverse psychology can be very sneaky, but you can recognize it if you know what to look for. It's when someone says something that seems opposite to their real intentions. The person may even say it using a nonchalant tone as if they don't care and aren't even actually trying to get you to do what they want you to do. The trick is in the disguise of being non-attached to the outcome when in reality, the person using this tactic is hoping you take the bait. If the act is played well enough, the victim lets their guard down and ends up doing something they never wanted to in the first place. This technique is used in many situations, but it's most commonly found in friend groups and relationships where one person attempts to get their friend or significant other to do something in their favor. It's also performed by teachers and managers who want their students and employees to perform better. Number 4. Love bombing. Love bombing is another manipulation tactic where someone showers another person with tons of affection and attention in order to manipulate them into doing what they want. The manipulator may do things like drown you in compliments that seem almost unnecessary or give you lots of hugs, kisses, or even gifts. When someone is love bombing, they use this tactic to get the other person emotionally dependent on them. Meanwhile, the victim is soaking up all the attention and is less likely to question the other person's motives later on. It's most commonly used in romantic relationships and friendships, but it can happen in any situation where one person feels like they need the other person to make them feel happy or accepted. It's pretty easy to get caught up in this kind of attention. After all, we want people to admire us. If you ever feel overwhelmed by the affection and have to ask yourself, why are they being so nice? There's a chance you're being love bombed. Number 5. Silent treatment. The silent treatment has been around forever, but it is still such a powerful manipulative tactic used to this day. Unlike the other tactics mentioned, the silent treatment can easily be recognized, and it's pretty self-explanatory. This happens when someone completely blocks out another person and pretends like they are not even there as a means of punishment to gain control. They'll do things like blatantly ignore everything you say or not even look your way even if you were right in front of them. They may even interact with other people right in your face, but act like you don't exist. A key component to the silent treatment is that the manipulator could keep this going for as long as they see fit in order to maintain control. It could be days or weeks depending on the severity of the situation. As a result, the victim is looped into an endless cycle of feeling isolated, and they begin to question their worth and self-esteem. This tactic can be extremely effective because oftentimes it comes from someone you really care about, such as a romantic partner or a family member. After all, everyone wants to feel loved and accepted, especially by the people we care for the most. Number 6. Choice restrictions. Choice restrictions is a dark psychological trick commonly used when making a purchase, but it can happen in any situation where a decision needs to be made. The idea is to limit someone's choices to increase the chances of them taking the action that the manipulator planned. For example, a shady salesperson may present you with 2 options instead of the entire collection to influence you to make a quicker decision. They might even limit the resources and information provided to you. This is all to prevent you from making an informed decision. It can be easy to fall victim to this tactic because although the options have been restricted, your freedom of choice makes you feel like you're in control when you're really not. This is also a tactic that many parents use when deciding what they want for their children. Hopefully, this video was able to provide a better understanding of the most common manipulation tactics. Dark psychology holds a lot of power and can control anybody if they are oblivious to it. Some manipulators are more cunning than others, so it's important that you are able to recognize these tactics in action to avoid it. It's also important not to fall into the trap of thinking that everyone is trying to manipulate you. There are still genuine people in the world with good intentions. How do you feel about dark psychology? Share your thoughts and comments down below. If you found this video helpful, click the like button and share with a friend. For more videos like this, click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.